Chef Anthony, he's from Long Island. We're going to cut up the 60-day dry aged ribeye right now. We wanted to have something like large format on the menu that you can eat for like 2 or 3 people. Is going to then trim all the dry aging off, and then we're going to tie it. We're going to rub it with porcini powder, and then tie it really tight, and then it'll sit in the fridge for 24 hours before we serve.
In the beginning, I feel like we didn't sell that many casadas, and then we got like maybe a write-up or something, and I remember people started talking about it online, and then they were like, yeah, their pastas are great, but don't sleep on the costada.
Yeah.
And then little by little, though, we sell like a whole rack in like one night, like Chef said. I wish I could kind of do it all day sometimes. I really enjoy it.
He comes to eat her, and this is like we have to save a 44-ounce guy for him, you know? I mean, it's like,
Chef, that's a little too small.
I wish I could kind of do it all day sometimes. I really enjoy it.
It's a little bigger.
and this is like we have to save a 44-ounce guy for him, you know? I mean, they don't dry age yet too much in Italia. I mean, this is primarily a very American thing.
Enjoy it.
He comes to eat her, and this is like we have to save a 44-ounce guy for him, you know? I mean, it's like...
Chef, that's a little too small. It's a little bigger.
They don't dry age yet too much in Italia. I mean, this is primarily a very American thing. Even when I was working in Italia, we used to get a lot of our beef from the States, funny enough.
So this is the last step, just powdering them. Yeah, so traditionally, I feel like a really good cut like this, dry aged ribeye, I would personally not want anything on it, no sauce, no nothing. But I think this is Chef Stefano's way of making it Italian. So I think that's why he does it. Crab delivery just came in. We got a king crab, 10 pounds, and we're gonna get it in the oven and steam it. It's for girasole, which is a pasta dish we do. And this is gonna be the filling. This pasta, it's a tough sell because it's crab's super expensive, so it's an expensive dish. Now that everything's coming back, hopefully, yeah, we get back to normal and people let the good times roll again, for sure. We have it set at steam, so when you open it up, you gotta be careful. Otherwise, you're gonna get a steam facial. Okay.
Hour and a half to line up. He's about to pull out the crab. Yeah, I mean, it's 3 p.m. right now. We have a lot to do. Probably a little over ambitious to try and get to the crab, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, 100%. We mix it with like the head crab fat and like a little bit of lemon zest, and then a little mascarpone to fold in, and it's just really delicious. So the dish we're trying to bring back in, it's girasole, which means like sunflowers, and it's based on like my train ride from Modena to Rimini, and like seeing the sunflowers on the way. But you go to eat like seafood in Rimini, right? So like we're gonna do beautiful crab with it. Grazie. Thank you. We put it before, and it didn't sell well at all. It's expensive, and it's one of those things that like I absolutely love. We have the regular pasta gialla here, and then we're gonna have squid ink. We're just gonna mark real quick where we want the girasoles to go. This is gonna be the crab filling.
The crab filling is beautiful.
Not staged whatsoever.
Not at all.
Not at all. All right, so we just want to mist a little bit. Okay. This is one of those that once this thing goes live, this will be like this pasta that hasn't been seen before, so it'll be copied. And we'll see it like in some places.
Whenever it gets released, like literally 2 days later, it'll be on somebody's menu.
Yeah. That always happens to us, but it always happens to us. But you saw it here first. So when you punch this one, the magic behind this one is you're gonna see both colors when we pinch up, okay? So we're gonna pull off the 2 pastas that we've put all the way through, okay? This is why you never use egg wash to make any of these pastas, because always just water, because you don't need anything more. This, for instance, we can use later to roll out tagliolini or tagliatelle. These are tedious, right? But like, a pasta like this is something that you don't see. Again, you have the black of the inside of the sunflower, and then you have the yellow of the outside. Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool to see these back for a little while. We hope that we can sell some this time, because we would sell like how many? We would sell like 7 to 10 a night. Yeah, and like that for us is not a lot at all.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Everyone always just they want the classics, you know. You get them to try something different can be tough sometimes, but the story is just so right on. Okay, last chiller. It's 4 p.m. We really have to get to uovo raviolo, the big uovos. We make those fresh every day. It's one of those things that we have to do right now because we're getting
that's
close.
pretty awesome.
So
I like the way they're doing that. Everything the way they're doing.
All the fresh pastas, uovo, tagliatelle, gramigna, tagliolini. So these are the grandma, the capelletti verde that we did earlier. Glass chiller frozen. Sricchetti, agnolini. Hi guys. Okay, we have 5 costadas today. Tony Shalhoub's coming in at 5:40, 5:45 to taste a little bit of the new menu. So we have one verbal tonight. We have the girasole, which we're bringing back with Norwegian king crab tonight. Okay, we only have 3 portions of those all day, and it's going to be 35. Okay, have a great service, guys. Thank you so much. Things are just a little tense right now because we have an investor coming to taste the new dishes, and it's going to Norwegian king crab tonight. Okay, we only have 3 portions of those all day, and it's going to be 35. Okay, have a great service, guys. Thank you so much. Things are just a little tense right now because we have an investor coming to taste the new dishes, and I think he's going to be happy, but you just never know, right? We want the kitchen to just be spot on. That's the idea. So Tony is an investor here, along with David, obviously, and we're both tasting some new pastas.
It was my birthday this week. So.
Perfect. One being the girasole that just is supposed to be like little sunflowers, right? So it's supposed to remind you of like.
It's nectar, we know.
Rimini, which is you see sunflowers there, right? And so like you eat those like crab and rimini, so we're stuffed with like the snow crab insides.
So what are you putting on there, like a chive?
Yes, exactly. Erba de cipollini, which is just going to add a little freshness. We have the sauce is made from butter and lemon zest.
Okay, I'm just going to jump in.
Yeah, 100%, whole thing. And then be honest, I mean, because they're tests, we got to find out whether or not.
I have never had anything like that. Yeah, you think you're eating pasta, and then there's a seafood hit, this crab hit.
The whole crab is $500 crab, right? So we've had a version of it before. We love it, but it's really hard to sell because people won't.
You gotta price it up.
Price it up, yeah. And then people are like, that's why I want you to taste it so we can get verification that yes, it is delicious, and yes, I would order.
It's worth it. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's a special thing.
Yeah. We need you to pitch every table. That'll be much easier.
That's my job.
This is rolled al mattarello. So like the idea of putting this on the menu is because it's all hand rolled. This is not rolled out to the machine at all. So hand rolled, and we got to do it every day, obviously. So just butter and truffle butter. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. And then a little bit of pasta water, right? You want to have it so simple that you can.
1, 2, 3. Here we go.
It feels too simple to me. Way too simple to me. Way too simple.
But this, I gotta have one more.
Yeah.
Can I go in?
Of course, yeah.
I'm going in.
100%. That's a great gig being an investor, right?
Oh my God.
That's stupid good, yeah.
There's no, that stuff, it's sexy. There's just no other word for it.
That's stupid good, yeah.
It's just sexy food.
That's stupid good. Salsa verde, gracias. Okay, I got Expo. All right. I look forward to hearing what you think, and then we'll take it from there. You two, and then we'll see what we decide here, man. See you tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
Yes.
lunch.
I can't wait. Quando marce vetunta stracci, cacio per favore. Okay, so when we talk about
That was
service,
cute.
we sell a lot of pasta. We have a small kitchen too, so we struggle sometimes, to be honest with you. But we just didn't have any money to put this together in the beginning, so we
In the beginning.
we did as bare bones as we could, and then we just kind of built from there. 6:40 right now. The board's getting full. Now we really gotta.
I think it's fine. No money.
48 ounce walking in.
You just need your ingredients. Your ingredients and your chefs. Pay your chefs.
Just rolling, so we got about 4 huge tables, and we're about to get really busy right now.
Get your
Rock for sure.
get your ingredients in. Pay your chefs. That's it. Ingredients, chefs. Ingredients, chefs. Ingredients, chefs. Ingredients, chefs. Yourself? Fuck yourself. No offense,
So
but
we're
like
through the big apps for the party, and now we're gonna go straight into pastas.
you could sleep in a sleeping bag in your own office or outside of your office. Like, if you really want it, you're the manager and you lead the way, and you could shower at a gym and nobody has to know, and suit up in a suit. If you need to save that extra $800 for an apartment, $600 for an apartment, just to help pay somebody else's wages, or living wages, like, yeah, you do what you have to do to get your company going and your people happy.
Guys, I have 2 tagliolini in the water right now. We need an additional 3 tagliolini.
I think there's this weird thing about everyone trying to out-Italian everyone else. For me, it's like I speak the language. I worked over there for a long time. My father's from Italia. All my family's still over there. So like I don't try to out-Italian anyone else.
Order fire tag Romino Uovo.
Order fire, tag Romino Uovo.
But like you feel a big responsibility to make sure that their legacy
The
is
legacy.
felt like Laura Moran.
Yeah.
It's done her whole life. Massimo,
I like that.
for instance, has spent his whole life cooking, and like these people are my mentors, and like you do all you can to make them proud.
Okay, let's do tag 1. Grandma 2.
Yep.
Romino 1, 17. Uovo 3.
It's just a
tag
small
4,
though.
3.
We never opened Red Door for the stars or for like any of the, like I wanted to make things that are really high level at how it was taught with the best ingredients I could get my hands on. So people that are sitting down are like, this is a different experience. I don't feel like I'm eating pasta in New York. Like we wanted to do something that we thought was like even high. We just like we're obsessed, right? I don't know how you describe that unless you're like living over there and like cooking this every single day. And like, yeah, you're doing 18 hours a day sometimes and you're
I don't
tired.
get it, though.
But then like you wake up and do the same thing the next
Like,
day. And
yeah, that looks pretty. And yeah, the last one with the greens looked really pretty. But like, when you're looking at this tiny little dish, oh my god, let me turn off the potato. Clown. Merry Christmas, y'all, by the way. When you're looking at this tiny little dish, look how tiny this little thing is. Go into full screen, please. Hello. Oh, it's not. It's okay. That's fine. When you're looking at this tiny little dish, like, what the heck? I don't get it. How could you charge somebody $28? $28 for this? No matter how handcrafted or how handpicked any of the ingredients, most of the ingredients, $28 I would say would be the max for any meal. But this one, maybe like a heavy steak with some extra stuff to add to it. Or just a heavy steak that's the most expensive steak in the world. $28 sounds fair enough for anybody. Anyway, price is negotiable and it's like art. You can't put money on art that you really want. And this is a one that's in a lifetime experience that only so many people in the world are going to get to try. But just make it yourself at that point. Anyway, master chefs, look at this. This helping is like less than this size, and it's $28. You're probably paying like $150, $200 for the meal, minimum, plus alcohol, $300 each person, so $600. That sounds weird to go from $200 to $600, but you're like, $250 for alcohol, $600 for 2 people, from $500-ish. Plus, she'll want another drink. That $500 goes to $550 real quick, and then plus the tip is gonna go to like $580. Anyway, you get my point. Like the stuff builds. Anyway, like look at how small this is. They say this size meals. This obviously isn't a meal. This is like an appetizer. So you're looking at like I just said, I'm talking about the prices. So it's not just this $28 piece. Anyway, it looks really tasty and good, handmade, handcrafted, looks delicious, one of a kind. Great and all, but just do it on your own. Just make it at home, y'all. He taught you how to do it in the beginning of this 23-minute video. Step by step. Thank you, Master Chef. But at the same time, if you don't think you can do it, visit him and pay money to his master artwork and try it yourself. Anyway.
like you don't lose this incredible enthusiasm for it, right? We were like, how do we translate that to like Red Door to New York and like get that same feeling? That was what was most important. You also want to put out an incredible product where people like taste it, and you look at the people at the table and they like look at the person they're eating with and like, or like you see them like whisper something. Like that's incredible feeling, man. And then you're like, okay, I get it. Like it was, you know, it was worth it. Pain is a lot of working behind though. Anyway.
That's really cute.
Thank you.
That's cute. Oh, is this another one with another chef? Or is it just as good, or should we go to Gordon Ramsay?
Just gotta be more mindful. If you follow the lines.
We're in full control of our aging room. It's important that we are in control of every aspect of our steak.
Show you the way. Simple.
Whoa.
Just gonna go straight to the saw, and then we're gonna cut it into
That's
about
cool.
1.5 inch thick cuts. Not a lot of restaurants have bandsaw because of its, you know, dangerous space, whatnot, but we figured this is gonna be a key component into our operation.
Bandsaw? Damn.
And all of these are good to go. And what Victor's gonna do is he's gonna scrape off this fat and he'll clean it up nice. The next step after this is we use this part of the fat on the grill. So when we butcher, normally we will take this part.
Crazy.
Next, we'll take this off the bone. So this will be used for the butcher's feast, and the cap or the spinalis will be used for the omakase. All right, we have the last part of. We have the
Wow,
last
they're
part
shaving
of our
that
butcher's
fat
feast,
so
which
nicely.
is the hanger steak.
So
Back in the
cleanly.
day, when you go to Korean barbecue restaurant, you needed to go with Korean friend.
If I have to pick one cut that I hate to cut the most, it's probably the hanger steak. Because it never comes in the same size, same shape. So this sits close to the organ, so it's definitely a bit more iron rich. I feel like this represents the best translation to what beef is supposed to taste like, in my opinion. So it always has two sides, larger muscle on one, a thinner muscle on the other.
So we wanted to demystify, right? You can walk in and order a butcher's
Demystify.
feast, and you'll get everything that authentic Korean guy ordered at a Korean barbecue restaurant.
And one side is clean. You know, many houses, if we were to cook this in-house, I think it's okay to leave a little bit of the gray on. But since we're gonna present it raw to the table, just wanna go down the middle, follow this line that's never a straight line, but
They're
more
presenting it raw? What?
slanted horizontal line. Skin, the silver skin. We like to wrap the beef. I think it definitely absorbs the blood, which prevents it from oxidizing. But at the same time, I think it dries the beef a little bit more, which gives a nicer crust. So this is gonna be our butcher's feast poured for 4. So
Oh,
what
the
we
way
wanna
this
do
is so
is
nicely
make sure
sliced.
that it is
I mentioned that
thick
earlier,
enough
I
so that
think.
they can grill. This is the
Cool.
hanger steak.
Dude, they're-
Nice ribeye.
Like, I don't even,
So
like,
cool
the steak,
is-
okay, the steak looks beautiful, the steak looks amazing, sure. That means the breed and whatever comes before that, where they got the meat. The marbling of the fat throughout is really good. You can tell it's not like the high, I mean, it's high grade, premium A plus beef, but it's not like the maximum price $200 Wagyu? What do they call it? Beef? Japanese beef? No. But it probably is Japanese beef here too, but I don't think it's the same Wagyu that we're looking at. Anyway, they're dicing it. It's not just the meat. Yes, it is. It's so perfect that the meat that they're handling. They're also treating it really well, handling it really well. Like the wax paper or the paper that they're rolling it up in. Oh, my hands are getting in the way. I'm getting all. My hands are all like getting into the emotion of the cooking motion. Sorry. The steak itself is great, sure, but also the slicing and the technique of these gentlemen and ladies that have, I haven't seen a lady, but just in case we see one in the future. The slicing of the meat is so perfect. It's gentle yet firm as needed, like only as needed. Their technique is like a ballet. You can tell they're Michelin star or there's chefs that have done this, and not to mention not just that too, but the knives themselves. They either are very sharp or keep them sharpened or high quality. So all of the above: the meat, the technique, the knives, all the above, and a technique including cooking technique, meat cutting technique, and the knives.
Perceived as a fancy
Which takes training and time too for yourself.
Because it is. You know, we have. So Code is kind of perceived as a fancy restaurant because it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have the best beef that money can buy.
Yeah, I
But
see.
you came here and only ate butcher's feast, you can be in and out at $58 per person.
And then the
Oh,
marinated short
cool.
rib.
That's not bad at all. In and out
So
58.
that'll be the feast set.
This smokeless
I would do that
grill
for a
that's
date.
in the center of
$120 for 2 people,
is
150 with
the
tip.
center of Code. You know, it's the
150 with tip? I can do that for a date. Fuck yeah.
Steak
Easy.
is like a
Easy.
brand new Mercedes Benz.
Did you?
The moment it leaves the lot,
I think this audio is too loud. I feel like I'm shouting over the audio, but $120, $158 per person. So it's $120 plus tip. You're looking at $150. Easy. That's an easy date. I'll pay $150 for a date. It's not like I don't pay $80 for any other date at like Chili's anyway. Mind you, at $150, if you want like extra alcohol, you're looking at maybe $200. Literally, $175, $200. But $200 with alcohol, $150 without alcohol. Not a bad deal. Especially since you're paying $50 for a movie date between two people, and like $100 between a dinner date between two people. Why not pay the $150 or $180? So that's a jump, a bit of a jump. But if you really want the date,
which is a charbroiler, it depreciates in value.
Anyway.
You know?
Oh, it looks so good. It's so good. Look at the perfection.
Which is a charbroiler out to the
Perfection. Oh, it looks so good. Oh, I want my drip. Oh, it's dripping all over. Oh, it's so good. Oh.
7 different cuts.
Oh, sorry, I'll
We're
talk.
gonna go from a very lean cut, the fillet. Next cut will be the skirt steak. There's a ribeye cap.
You know, you get to eat all different beef, but it's very small portion. You know, it's about delighting your palate as opposed to consuming large amount of beef.
And then the coat steak, American chuck flap tail. So that's the omakase for 4. This would also be finished with our marinated short rib. We got through
Well, I
most
like
of
that
our
each person
butchering.
gets at least 2 or 3
Victor's got 2 more
pieces. I like
things to
that.
do. Most of our runner teams are starting to show up, getting ready for service.
We have a lot of regular customers that, you know, we're very grateful to continuously, and you know, they patronize us. So we want to bring something new.
Next thing we have is Kobe A5 beef.
We want to bring really, really difficult to find beef.
Never got a chance to ever cut this.
Probably
or taste.
one of the most expensive cut in the earth. So yeah.
On the earth, wow.
Right? Uh-oh, moment of truth.
Moment of truth, what?
Whoa.
So we have
Wow.
the Miyazaki that we serve currently at Cote, and this is the Kobe ribeye. So that it doesn't flare up, I'm gonna trim this fat a little bit. Shall we? Excuse me. All right, so we got our charcoal grills ready. Only thing we're gonna do is a little bit of salt.
So all of these things that
Yeah, all they do
people
is salt.
have heard of it, we want
Like, literally, when it comes to chefs and Michelin stars. All my sound effects are great on Twitch, but not on, like, Facebook or YouTube. I don't know why OBS doesn't, and Mix It Up bots don't carry over to these platforms. Anyway, I was gonna say basically that why don't we just make it ourselves? The whole point of all these Michelin star chefs, yes, just like the tire company, mostly from a Michelin guide, travel guide for those who travel, truck drivers, but also those pristine and both blue collar and white collar, but in the most pristine and fancy restaurants of the most highest quality in those local regions. That being said, it is local and it is regional. I just said those 2 words twice. But like, nobody can master those of the local area. I heard one chef say, it goes with, I forgot, I'm wording it wrong. If it grows with it, it goes with it, or something. I'm wording it wrong. If it goes with it, it grows with it. But anyway, like certain vegetables and fruits and even meats and stuff like that are in certain countries, they go together. Ingredients and stuff like that. Anyway, that's not always the case. And you can also get inventive with it, but then you start to get into fusion and I think some other chefs call it, and Gordon Ramsay calls it confusion. Confusion. When you mix different regions together that just taste versus this is really good. Somebody invented this. Isn't new. I don't know if I like it because it's awkward, but my taste buds really like it. So let's bring it into the mix. Why do we have the potato cam on? So I'm just like, let's bring it into the mix. I'm using my the thing is I'm using my hands too much, and I'm just like, and you're like, potato has no hands, so you can't see me. Anyway. Chefs and cooking. My whole point going back to where I was originally starting from. Excuse me. Was cooking and how basic it is. You notice we spent like a 45-minute video on like I already forgot. It was rigatoni. There's so many different like Italian names that I can't remember. But basically a pasta or a whatever they call it. I can't remember the name of it. It's like an enclosed pasta. Even here, I'm on the same video, right? Oh no. Well, either way, the previous video is just gonna be blah 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 pasta. Okay, we have that pasta thing, but you pay for one little pasta. Anyway, the whole point is just make it yourself. They use local ingredients from local areas and
to be the one that actually taste it and vet
you
it.
can use the same local ingredients in your own local area, or you can import. But you have a very limited window when you do that, by the way. You can usually import it fresh and in very small, specific areas. Support your local market, support your import market, go to your local docks too. Get that food so you can get more coming in.
As is.
And make sure that we bring
Oh, that's
value
gorgeous.
and quality to our customers.
I'm kind of nervous to cut it, but you know what? Let's try it out.
And you know, 99.9% of Kobe in America are not really Kobe. This is actually, you know, born and raised and slaughtered in Kobe. This is my
wow,
third time
really?
eating Kobe
Third
beef.
time.
So,
Wow,
yeah.
look at you. Huh? First time for us.
All right, let's do it. I'm gonna do actually Kobe first. Yeah.
Okay.
He goes middle, which is, I would go for that, the best piece, middle.
Exploded and disappeared.
The fat is really light, right? It's not. As
Wow.
Very different.
Yeah.
It's totally-
Exploded
You
and
can
then
see
disappeared.
The cutting board, the amount of fat that came from the Miyazaki compared to the Kobe is completely different. This just eats so much smoother, or
It does. It doesn't really feel that much strong on the fat, right?
How much more expensive is this?
double.
It's double. Okay. The question is it worth the double the price?
I'm not 100% sure yet.
I think what we should do is we can just feature it, let's special it, and see how our customer react to it, and then see how that goes. Very excited about this. You know? So
It's funny. The thing is, how do they?
Final touches on his
I like that he's asking smart questions, but when he asks questions like, "Is it worth double the price?" He's asking these questions to his chefs just right now, who are probably only making a quarter, a tenth, 100th, 1,000th of what these people who are paying for these beef are. The thing is it, you said it's worth double the quality. Is it worth double the price? It doesn't matter if it's worth double the price. It's double the quality.
mise en place. In 30 minutes, guests are going to be lining out the.
You can pay. You can go from
we're gonna get-
$200 to $1,000 just in quality alone. Because somebody would say, "That's double the quality. I'll pay an extra $100." Extra. Oh no, I'll pay an extra $1,000. If we only got a limited market.
Get busy. So thank you.
I'm not saying scam these people, but I'm just
Yes,
saying.
we actually have a really exciting thing. That's
Value
not
is
on the
value.
Menu right now. We actually got some Kobe beef. I believe it's going to be $64 an ounce to send you off. A lot of new stuff here, right? It's a good amount, right? So there's a lot of information to learn, right? But at the end of the day, hospitality is about making our guests happy. The hospitality of pleasing people doesn't start at 5 o'clock, but it starts now, right? We please each other. We create a culture where we are constantly in habit of making each other happy. And when the 5 o'clock comes, customer comes in, it's natural for us to make them
Wow.
happy, right? So much love. Thank you.
It's about
I
5
like
o'clock.
that
it's our
concept.
line check. We have our egg souffle, soybean stew, kimchi stew, We want to make sure everything that is our mise en place, which is the things that we need for service, is correct. We might have to season the kimchi stew a little bit, and we got a big first push ahead of us, so let's get ready.
You should have said something like, if you're struggling in anywhere,
5 oysters, table 62,
help each other out in any way you can. Oh, that looks gorgeous. Oh man.
Tartare, table 65. Can I have
This
that
music is so
oysters,
dramatic.
omakase, please?
2 oysters.
Can we take oysters, table 32? 2 steak and eggs, table 22.
For me, dining experience is about having fun. You know, of course, there's a nourishment and the ingredient has to be great, and the technique has to be great. But I want to bring real joy. When our customers come in, and that little dry aged fat, we kind of purposely leave it on the thing for a little longer so it kind of renders, and we go like boom, and the flame goes up. People go wow. And as a restaurateur, those kind of small moments of where we wow our customer is so important.
Followed by, can I have 1, 2, 3, 4 scallions, please? 15 should have left. Go, go, go. Now the hotline's gonna get busy with all the stews coming in. Fire 2 stews. 23 out. 33 out. Next table, 64. Oh, damn. SK, 4 ounces of Kobe on the board. Okay, guys, next we're gonna go table 31 with the 4 ounces of Kobe, table 22 and table 34. Next, 61, Pedro, if we can go, 61.
So I'm from Korea, I became an American, and I have a love for both of those cultures. It's who I am. Makes me, Simon Kim is Korean and American.
Necesito dos kimchis más.
So it's ultimately a steak dinner, but there's a lot of elements that's hidden in there. Customer doesn't feel like they're going to a Korean restaurant when they come to Code, but ultimately they're enjoying Korean flavors and way of eating. That approach is something that I really appreciate about Code.
We're done with the first push. As soon as we send out the last 2 stews, we're done. What's going on?
It's going down here. Pretty rocking upstairs.
Yeah, I mean, first turn was pretty hard.
You ready for the next round?
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Thanks for
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Jimmy. When our customers leave Code, I want them to feel like they had the best time of their lives and they ate the best freaking steak that they have ever ate. And I think that's it. Simple. They had the best freaking time and they ate the best steak in their lifetime. And let's do it again.
Best time, best steak. That's really cool. I don't know, y'all. I've been zoned out and like this. It's Christmas time. Just want to wish y'all a Merry Christmas. I want to wish y'all a Merry Christmas. I was a potato. Hope you guys do well. For infinity and beyond. Fuck the rest. Just get past it. Have a Merry Christmas, y'all, and bye.